Ken, you've studied a great deal of actual gunfights. You've seen in reality-based training the scenarios built on the empirical evidence of how defensive shootings actually happen, the way people perform. One of the things that I think you and I agree on is that the shooting level, the skill level of shooting in the actual defensive fight probably isn't going to be up to what most people think of when they think of being a great shooter. How do you address that? How do you help students understand that?
Well, again, I get very controversial with conventional gun people because they make their living out of mystifying gunfighting. I make my living out of simplifying gunfighting. It's just, I look at gunfighting as an eye-hand coordination sport. At the distances that you're going to be in a gunfight, statistically, it's an eye-hand coordination thing. You need to be working with simulation technologies, even theater of the mind technologies, rubber guns, airsoft guns, your conventional weaponry, where you're getting your pistol out and delivering accurate fire. It's no different from baseball, it's no different from golf, it's no different from tennis. When you're playing tennis, there's a ball coming in at 100 miles an hour. Your eyes on the ball, you're running towards where you believe that ball is going to be. You're not looking at your racket face, there's no sights on a tennis racket. You're bringing that racket up to a place where your body knows you're going to be moving towards a 100-mile-an-hour ball, connecting and directing it with small motor movements in a direction where your opponent is hopefully not going to be. No set of sights on a golf club, no set of sights on a baseball bat. All of these things are practiced to a level in which you're going to do okay. When it comes contradiction to baseball, tennis, or golf, gunfighting is baby stuff. To be able to pull out a pistol at 3 to 10 feet and deliver rounds on a human being until they stop doing what caused you to do them in the first place, we over-mystify that. And I think that if we simplify the technologies, get off the range with conventional ammo where we're building range habits where on most ranges you can't turn to the left, you can't turn to the right, you sure as hell can't run away, you can't pick up ammunition on the ground. All of these competition things that we've been doing just get in the way of the gunfighting realities that we need to train for. Let's simplify these things and get good enough with the gunfight.
I think that is so important. It's refreshing to hear you say that. You know, as a firearms instructor primarily, a lot of people can't wrap their head around the fact that I'm not interested in people being as good as they possibly can be with a pistol just because they have a pistol for personal defense. It's about being as good as you need to be as efficiently as possible, and I think that your point, simplifying the gunfight, is exactly where we need to be.
Well, and there's a huge difference between precision marksmanship, which I believe is important, but for defensive firearms, it's so low on the list, and the things that you do for precision marksmanship will get in the way of gunfighting. It's the difference between figure skating and hockey playing. Mm-hmm. You know, if it would be nice to be technically proficient at skating to be an amazing hockey player, but your best hockey players aren't the best skaters, but they can sure hit you, and they can sure deliver a puck at close range into that net. So I think that we need to be able to delineate between the two and spend most of our time learning to play hockey and then refine those skills if we have the time, the money, and the energy and desire to do so with precision marksmanship.
Absolutely. Training resources are always limited. When it comes to developing your firearm skill, make sure that you're developing firearm skill for defensive shooting and not just generic marksmanship shooting skill.